Right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to work out area of a triangle where there is an angle involved. Now normally, when you want to work out area of a triangle, let's suppose you've got a triangle here. That's the base is 10, and let's say the vertical height, that vertical height there, happens to be 5. So normally, to work out the area of that triangle, you do half times base times height. That would give you 25. So if these units are if the units are centimeters, that would be centimeters squared. That's how you'd work out area of a triangle if you knew what the base was and the vertical height of that triangle. Right, but in this case, it's slightly different. We have got a triangle with an angle involved. In a situation like that, you'd need to have a formula. You need to know what a formula is to work out an area of a triangle with an angle involved. And the formula for that is half times A times B times sine C. Now, if you're wondering what the A's and B's and the C stand for, I'll make this easy for you. Now, let's suppose half is half multiplied by the two arms. So you see these two arms over here, the two sides. That's 5 times 10. And the angle that's in between the two arms, the two sides, is your sine 40. So now if you did that on the calculator, so you got half times the two arms, the two sides, multiplied by sine 40, and that 40 degrees is the angle that's in between the two sides that we're using in this calculation. Right, we get an answer of 16.07, arranged to 2 decimal places. .07, and because the units are centimeters, that'll be centimeters squared. So just remember this, half is part of the formula. The two arms, the two sides, 5 and 10, and the angle in between the two sides that we're using the calculation is 40. I can show you another example. Now this one's I'm going to make slightly trickier, and I'll make up an angle. Let's say make one up here, call that 60 degrees. Right, I'm going to work out the area of this triangle. Now remember the formula, half AB sine C. Well, your half is half times, well, the two arms, I'll just show you. Here are my two arms. That's first one, and that's the second one. That's going to be times 10 and times 8 times sine 60, because that 60 degrees is in between the two arms that I'm using in my calculation. So really that 6 centimeters there was a bit useless. I didn't need the 6 centimeters for the formula that I'm going to use, that I've been using to work out the area of the triangle. So if I did that now on the calculator, we've got 0.5 times 10, the two arms, times sine 60. 60, remember, is in between the two sides that I'm using in my calculation. Right, press the SD button, 34.64.